Alright, what's up, guys? We're back. Trying to make it quick. Wow, we went up to 10 viewers. We should go on breaks more often.
Yeah.
We're going to be back in 10 minutes, guys.
We're at our best when we're coming back soon.
I'm 4 of them.
I like that the break thing says we need to strategize, which just never goes well, right?
I have a different one than I
Oh, you have a different one? Okay, sorry.
This was like, oh, we're all happy and whatnot.
Got it, okay.
Around a campfire.
Yeah, that's definitely this group.
So yeah, after the fight.
Wick just sits down. Wick, are you alright?
I'm fine.
I run over, I'm like, oh god, that was... They packed a punch.
Definitely wasn't expecting the 4th one.
Yeah? Yeah, maybe we could have scouted that one a little better.
I mean, when they're in the cave, we can't exactly walk into the cave.
I'm surprised there was only one extra.
Oh, good point. Thank you, by the way.
For what? It's no problem.
You healed me and then you saved me. That's a pretty big thing to do for...
It's what you do for your group. I'd assume any of you would do the same for me.
Awkward silence. I would, Azanar. I would.
Definitely.
Why would you say... Yeah,
Just thank you.
no problem.
Well, should we take these hands and ignore the fact that Valtrar staring at me? Yeah? Sounds like a plan? Break.
Yeah, you stabbed me again, didn't you?
It's a real problem. I'm not very accurate. But it was on accident, I am
Wait,
sorry.
you stabbed her?
It was a little painful.
Did that happen?
Uh-huh.
Are we sure? Thought I saw one of the ogres with a knife. You sure?
How about just next time we get in a fight, you attack the thing furthest from me?
I can do that.
Great.
And I am sorry.
Okay.
Okay, well, I didn't see that part.
I don't control him.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody controls him. Not even him.
You can...
Pretty accurate, yeah.
Let me see if that's accurate. Yep, pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was anything you rolled on that dice was going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
yeah,
100%.
can we... Let's just get the hands
Yeah.
and...
Can we just... What's going on? Can we just address this now? Get it over with.
Get the hands.
Let's
Address
just
what?
Get the hands.
You want me to grab the hands?
Do you think there's a bonus for extra hands?
I mean, let's bring in
Let's
the
grab
bonus.
them
It'll
all.
get us more flavor.
Show 'em we got a job done.
Flavor?
Yep.
Extra hands? More flavor in your ogre giant hand soup. Totally.
Hey, I don't know why they want these.
I know we've been talking about phrasing, but can we call them like handios or something like that? Like,
Oh, no.
I was thinking
no.
of spaghettios.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna search the bodies and pick up my daggers.
Did you throw anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I threw 2 daggers to
Okay.
start.
Probably. Should we go check out the... I guess I would like to go look at the cave. And just see if there's anything else back there.
Sure, let's do that.
You find 15 gold on them.
No, I'm good. Let's go.
Okay.
Like stands up,
I'm just
like
gonna give it all
using
to
her
Wick.
rapier to
Wick,
stand.
I found 15 gold. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's all of it.
Rub it on your
Seriously.
wound, it'll help heal.
I'll just stick it in.
Money helps everything. It's true.
Casimir is just using his huge green axe and just chopping and like burning the corpses and taking care of the hands.
Alright, Azanar, you continue that horrifying work. And I'm gonna go look and see if there's anything else in the cave that we should be aware of.
I'm going with.
Alright.
I'll go with in case there's
Are
anything.
you
I'm fine.
good? Do you need...
Nope, we're good. Let's go.
Because I can give you a bump.
We're going.
Alright. yeah. Give me a hit. Good medicine.
Give me a cure wounds. No?
Usually cure wounds doesn't require a tourniquet, but like...
It's not a
You may be casting it wrong. It does.
That's probably a dark pact or something.
That's a warlock thing.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's take a look.
I
So,
don't get healing spells.
I'm still gonna stealth up to this cave.
Same.
Okay.
Well,
you
you
want
can
me
bait.
to snatch
Natural
her?
We'll use you as
20.
Sure.
That's a
That's
D10. He rolled under a 10 for sure.
21.
Yeah, that's a 5 for my stealth.
So we're all in the same area.
Oh!
I also wasn't stealthing, by the way. That was perception.
Okay.
What are you perceiving?
You
I
didn't.
lost him.
Okay.
So I roll a natural 20 and I disappear into the woods.
I'm gonna sneak back up on Valtron and just like circle around.
Just like, follow me!
Oh god!
Hey!
Whatever.
I say, follow me! Disappear.
Which just goes down the regular path, just clanking away. Like, nope.
Skipping. You're like,
No, not enough energy to skip. No, I'm done. Go.
So I would probably go around the tree line over to the edge of the cave. And
We're
then,
just
like,
going straight there.
again,
Okay.
and then shake my head at those two.
So you guys are leading?
Not leading, we're just walking. We don't know where
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except we're going in a straight line.
As you guys are entering the clearing, I want whoever is entering the clearing, perception checks.
Hey. That's a
12.
19.
12 as well.
A hard 6.
Ouch, you're passive.
You hear
That's way better.
grunting and miscellaneous kind of echoing noises.
Nope.
From the cave.
Nope.
Wick starts walking back.
Can we hear?
You don't hear anything.
Oh.
Can we hear how many?
You don't hear anything.
Oh, only.
You're not.
I'm still going
Anna's
forward
the
then.
one-
Does it sound like it's like sleepy time grunting or like talking?
Or other kind of talking.
Kind of echoey talking.
Okay.
Not like snoring.
But I can't understand it, probably.
Not
No,
really.
okay. I go, okay.
All right, perception
I
check.
was gonna say, do we
What do
see
you do
this?
then?
But I like de-stealth a little bit, like I like pop out, I'm like,
Nat 20, so 21.
16.
I see that.
Are you gonna? Are you gonna roll perception?
I'm okay. 19.
All of you see Anna making her motions.
I start backing away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nope, I don't have the energy to deal with this. I just start.
I'm gonna
going
continue to stealth back
Stealth back.
to where we were. Because I'm
Oh, okay.
gonna keep following everybody,
Okay.
but in stealth.
yeah, so make our
Sounds like a
way
good plan.
make our way back past the like
Thought
tree
so.
line or whatever, and I go, there's definitely another one. It's definitely talking, so there might be more than one.
You know what? We
In
got
that
the
cave.
3 hands that we needed. We've got more than the 3 hands that we needed. Let's just go.
Should I go take a look?
For what?
You're
In
not
the
gonna
cave?
go alone.
I mean, I could be
No.
stealthy.
He's
God.
he can not only be stealthy, he can be invisible.
What do we gain from going and seeing?
If it's only one, it's better to take it out rather than leave it to ravage the countryside.
That was like the most altruistic thing I've ever heard you say. I was gonna say because there's probably treasure in there.
So where'd you come from?
Like,
I'm
who are you and
whispering
what
it to
have you
these
done
two.
with Sai? I was gonna say because there's probably gold or like weapons or something in there.
It was below 10.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. It's also probably not good to leave them around. But it's also not our assignment.
It's not our assignment. We've got more than we came here for. I am tired. I am hurting, and I don't care about this stupid countryside right now.
I think it's at least worth a look, though. I mean, it might be worth being in the countryside if it's something valuable to somebody back in the city. You know, I mean, I don't like putting it this way, but I mean, I would hate to have it on any of our consciences if an ogre happens to kill somebody in the next week. Like,
It's a thing in nature. It happens.
yeah.
Are you feeling okay? I like feel for a fever. Are you all right?
Well, those last 3 had 15 gold. One of them has to have more than
There it is. Okay. Now we're here. All right.
that. I think it's at least worth a look. We don't have to do anything.
Whatever.
I'm fine with calling this our mission and heading back. But
You guys asked me to be here. I don't care. I'm fine.
Well, sounds like a hung jury. Make your own decision.
let's
We're
take
not your boss.
let's take a vote. Who wants to like rest up and maybe deal with the ogres, and who wants to go back and be done?
I'll deal with the ogres.
Deal with the ogres.
I'm not gonna let you guys deal with them alone.
I'm undecided on the matter. Valchar, what do you think? I mean, we can take a break. Like, we don't have to go in right now.
We were able to go through 4 of them. To an extent. Let's kill these fuckers.
Bloodlust. I like it.
I would
You're talking about
like
the ogres, right?
a short
Just double
rest.
check.
I think that's a great idea.
Relative.
Is my bow okay?
Okay.
The ogre didn't like step on it, right? Okay, good.
Cool. We take a short
Sounds like a
rest.
dice roll.
All right.
Let's take a break.
Does it help me any?
It's
It's
a dice
me,
roll if there's a
another dice?
necessary risk of the dice roll.
Risk could be an
D8
overstep.
as a warlock, so that's
Short rest is like the most useless thing as a cleric.
so 7, and I get a
Oh,
spell.
Nothing comes back with a short rest.
I get action surge, I get second wind back, and I get my spell slot back.
Yeah, I don't get anything back except HP.
Yeah.
Short rests are really good for me as a warlock and a fighter.
Yeah, there's a warlock and a fighter too.
That was
Anybody need some water? I've got a full water skin if anyone needs it.
22. Cool. I'm at half my HP, guys.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's an actual
What's that?
water skin.
Oh, okay.
A little fresh air.
Cool. So, like an hour later.
So about an hour later, yes, you guys all kind of rouse out of your hit die and everything.
We finish eating, stand up, dust ourselves off.
I'll be the last to wake up again.
No one went to sleep. But, okay.
I'm gonna
I
sleep.
mean, you
I got
you
some
don't
out.
even sleep, you trance!
Disco naps are a thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
You've never slept for 15 minutes before you go to a bar?
Those are called cat naps.
Yep, power naps.
Power naps, there you go. Besides doing one of those.
I do those regularly. Okay. I also have sleep disorder, so, you know.
Well, He never sleeps.
Alright. So, is everybody
Let's go.
ready to,
We're
alright,
doing
what do we want our plan to be?
Let's have Asnar go look and see how many there are.
You okay with that, Asnar?
That's fine.
Okay. And then we can be near the entrance?
Sounds good.
Sure. He disappears.
Don't walk straight through the clearing this time, though, maybe? Just...
I just kind of poke at my chainmail
I don't think it matters.
as it goes clink, 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 clink.
Alright, fine. Let's go.
All right, you guys head towards the clearing.
Yeah.
A couple extra minutes after you get there. Are you all together? Kinda
We're waiting
finish?
for, yeah.
Okay. You guys hear from nothing, essentially. Looks like there's only one hill giant in there.
Giant, not ogre?
Right.
Anything else in there?
I mean, there seem to be some... I saw a couple little things that might be interesting. I'm not going to go poking around too close to a hill giant by myself. I'm brave, not that brave.
You're brave, not stupid.
That was like the most complimentary thing you've ever said to them.
I said thank you earlier.
I think this is more. Okay. Well, do we want to take on a hill giant? How do y'all feel about that?
I'm gonna change my color to red. With thaumaturgy.
So that's a yes. Okay. Sai,
Sure.
I'm up for it. But
Close
you're the
to
one who's
braces
going
I
to be
can
taking
get.
some of those clubs
Yeah.
to the face. What do you think, Wick?
You go in first. That was a joke. Come on, people.
I cast Hex on You have disadvantage on, no, I'm not actually. You have disadvantage on dexterity checks.
The danger of giving
Valchar
you,
would have been like,
renegade-
finally.
So, it wouldn't matter, you'd still have the saving throw.
But it would mean you'd have disadvantage on stealth.
Well,
On your go, I'll see you in there. That's all you hear. You haven't actually seen him. He didn't drop invisibility.
Wick just starts walking.
Okay.
Follow, but
I'll stealth.
I'll basically go to where I have line of sight on this guy and stop there.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the cave entrance and see if I can see.
At the cave entrance, you can see the hill giant just kind of doing miscellaneous things inside.
Great.
Derping
I
around.
cast Hex on him.
Let's roll initiatives.
And that was good
Oh
before.
man.
Did my Hex take? Or is that going to be my action?
That it'll take.
Okay,
I
cool.
was gonna say that's the provoking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the provoking move. Cool. Sorry, guys.
There's 3.
All
I was
right.
going to use thaumaturgy and go, hey idiot. But
Over
that works too.
Can you do it in a New York accent? Just be like, hey, you with the face.
Hey, you
Hey,
the
hey,
face.
you.
Hey.
Over
I'm
20?
walking here.
Anybody have over 20?
No.
No.
15 to 20.
15.
I love my roll. It's great.
10 to 15.
13.
10.
Wow.
I did not roll well.
You didn't roll well? Really? You didn't roll well?
Yeah, but I have a plus 5.
Yeah.
What'd you get? You got a nat 1.
Nat 1. With my
Yes.
initiative of
I-
0.
Can I just say, I think this is the first time since we started playing that the person that
Initiated.
a person with a decent dex has actually gone first.
I regularly
Yeah.
go first.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
That really helps my
Yeah, we
predicament.
have the
I
same
appreciate
dex.
That. Yeah,
We have the same dex and I have a better initiative
You have
modifier.
+5, I have +3, so.
Exactly.
Oh, guess who also doesn't have spiritual weapon anymore?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Sai, lead it off.
I'm gonna hold my action.
What are you holding?
Yeah.
I'm holding it until somebody attacks the thing.
Okay. Are you getting in a position to see it?
Yeah, I thought we could all see it. I thought that's when you.
All I heard was that Wick.
Yeah,
walked up.
Wick was
I
at the
didn't
cave
hear what
entrance.
everybody else
Oh
was doing.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, I
to the
was
point
at
where I
the
can see it.
end
And
of
So
that's
you
the
guys
all
are just gonna stand by Wick and at the front.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, okay.
You holding an attack?
I'm holding an attack.
All right. Well, next is said giant's turn. You
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. We did
Of
not
course.
roll well.
No.
That's a
Oh no, oh
Who
no,
does he throw it at first is the
Uh,
question.
He's throwing like a huge metal cauldron, like not a rock. It's just a huge cauldron.
oh no.
Does it smell good?
I'm actually gonna do a.
D4.
We're doing a
you.
D4.
Well, there's 5
Yeah, there's
with.
5 of us.
But Azanar's
No, somebody's
invisible
invisible.
somewhere. Yeah.
Well, but if he's happens to still be around.
Yeah, if he's in the
If he's in the
vicinity,
line,
he'll
he
be
could still
hit.
be hit.
It's unlikely,
He's
but
not near you guys.
Okay.
I know where he is.
He's smart.
Oh, I didn't assign numbers.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3,
4.
4. Yeah, you did.
And let me tell you, 3.
Well, Mr. Belchar.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh.
Feltro would like to rage.
Oh crap.
cauldron
Because
versus
we're really
chair.
22.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh.
Let's just hope it's less than 27 damage.
Well, wasn't it now?
Okay, I don't think it's gonna be 20.
3d20.
26 damage.
It's a good time to do that.
23 damage.
That was close.
There you go.
We're gonna use Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, buddy.
Burn. And then as it hits you, like, so this huge cauldron hits Valchar, and you're all like, and it just kind of, it hits him, but it takes damage, and then the cauldron actually kind of gets deflected a little bit, and you can see Valchar just launch this, like, holy bolt, and then after the bolt goes, you gotta get to launch backwards onto the ground.
So 23 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Damage. That is going to be. Hold on.
It's a save, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Wisdom save. Nope. Sorry.
Nope.
Dex save.
5.
Sweet.
Yes.
3d10.
Yeah, buddy. A tiefling?
9, 10, 14 damage.
Oh, it was a 1 on 7. Damn.
Alright. 14. Okay.
Correct.
It's your turn, Valchar.
Ouchies.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. And then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna move a little bit out of sight. Like around the cave entrance.
Damn it.
Go ahead, take your damage.
8 damage.
Hell.
Hey.
Nice.
So, you did your Hellish Rebuke for 14, and then Spiritual, or
Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
Sacred
22.
Flame for another. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to start out.
And
Nice
then
job.
walked.
And then went, nah.
Nope, nope, nope.
Anna.
Oh, okay. How far away is he now?
He's probably about 30 feet into the cave.
And is it like one of those light dark situations where I have to be like at the cave mouth to be able to see into it, kind of thing?
I mean, we all
I
have
honestly,
our
I
thing, too.
completely forgot what time of day it was that you guys were showing up.
It was afternoon, I
Roll
think.
for it.
Afternoon?
Yeah, we'd gone like a few hours from Dwarven town.
Because we passed through the Dwarven town, so it was from wherever town or that little village we were at prior. That was when we slept.
Yeah, so it's actually getting a little bit dark.
Well, it was 3 days later.
So you
so
could see
I
from.
could back up and
back
see
up,
probably.
yeah.
Okay,
It's a good
so
shot.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah.
I'm not. If I can back up my full 30 feet and still see him, then I will do that. I do
You
90.
can't
I
quite
have
go
90 feet of dark
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
fine, but you can't go the full 30 feet. It's gonna be a little bit tough to angle your shot into that.
Oh, sure. I ignore all but full cover though.
Right, but you're just gonna completely lose line of sight if you go
Okay,
30 feet
so
away. But
how
you can
far
go like
can I back
15
up?
feet away. and
15
still
feet.
get your-
Perfect. So I
Yeah.
back up 15 feet, and then I take my 2 attacks because it's the first turn. Natural 1.
Except for HP. That's
Please shoot Wick so
great.
that some of the gaze leaves me.
Oh man.
Like, are you like
I am
hellish
going to-
rebuke and
I
then
am
just
going
look
to
at
be the one
me?
to team kill everyone.
I'm imagining you
for
just
Wick.
hellish rebuke this giant and then you
It'll
just
be
look
like
at me
a
and
Belcher
I'm like,
It'll be fine.
Well, this is the second time I've started a battle with a natural 1.
It happens.
Oh, no. I dread the worst from now on. Just anytime you do this, I just.
I just gotta. I should write this stuff down.
I know
so
it's
it's
gonna
a
hit
little
me.
easier.
I know it does. It always does.
Ooh. You pull it back too far.
Okay. I can erase
No, I break my bow.
Yeah.
Dang it. I drop it on the ground and get ready to pull my crossbow.
Okay.
Mending.
Is it an option to start
Yeah.
making your clothes out of bowstring so whenever you lose one, you can like rip off a
Well,
sleeve?
I need to start buying extras.
Oh yeah, by the way, I have mending. We need to start
Yes,
with that
but
before everything.
Oh,
mostly
sweet.
outside of battle.
Right,
though.
no, but
Yeah.
he didn't know about that.
I don't break many short swords, but when that happens,
It's not just weapons.
I'll come ask for you and then you'll say no and then
It
I'll go
could be,
find somebody
like,
else to do it.
Clothes
Sounds
or
great.
rope or something.
Wait.
Oh, but I get my second one though.
Oh.
'Cause-
sorry.
'cause- just
Yep,
'cause it's
yep,
my
you're
first
right,
turn.
you're right, yeah. Okay, but you're gonna pull your crossbow and shoot it.
Oh yeah, can I pull out my crossbow?
That's a free action.
Okay, so that's a 15 to hit.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that
it's a
one-
free action if you want it to be a free action. That's how this works.
Yeah, right. Or if I don't want to.
That's a 12 piercing.
Wow, nice. Okay, now Wick.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Rally, track down where Valchar went, just like not
You go.
moving. I'm just like looking around.
Look
and I'm like,
outside.
ah! And then I'm
I'm literally
like,
just around the corner.
you did great, and you get.
There's
A
reason why I'm
bard
the
wick is
manager.
not, perhaps.
You get an extra 6 HP.
Double digits!
Barely.
That'll help a metal culture to the face again.
Why is my nose always breaking?
Hey,
And
your
then-
nose is broken, but you did great.
From the cave entrance, I'm actually gonna move to the side so I'm not quite center. From the cave entrance,
Soft
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That's only a 6.
Nope.
Yep.
Into the back of the cave wall.
You hear from out of nowhere, ow!
So you're saying this giant has skin? It's a tough AC. It's a tough AC.
Okay, let them.
The
That's
giants are
my
better than the
turn.
ogres.
Yeah,
Size up. You held your action though.
I did.
At
Actually-
some point, did you want to?
It would have been as of my attack.
Yeah, it would have been because you said you
his
wanted to
action.
do it when somebody attacked.
Right. So you can throw your. You can.
I'm just
you
gonna
can
throw a dagger.
Throw one dagger.
Yeah, I'll just do
Yeah.
that.
I moved closer to where Valchar was.
Okay. So now, literally, he only sees Sai and a little bit of Anna.
Oh, I mean, I'm not completely hidden. I only have 25 feet of movement.
Oh, he went around the corner.
I said
So,
closer.
so here's the mouth of the cave.
Right.
Here's the inside of it. I went like here.
Okay.
Like, just so I'm out of sight.
I didn't go out.
9 does not hit, right?
No.
Okay.
All right, then it's your turn.
How far away is this thing from me?
About 30 feet.
I couldn't even reach it if I wanted to.
Did Asinar do anything?
He wants to see what we can do.
That's not very helpful when I can't do a sneak attack. I'll throw another dagger.
Okay.
That is a 14.
That'll hit. No sneak attack, though.
No, that's right. Thank you.
You just said it too.
Hey!
4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Okay.
Throw again.
Okay.
Hey.
That'll hit.
23. Do I get sneak attack now?
No.
I do not. Okay, just double checking.
Hmm.
Roll for it.
He's distracted by your one arm.
No, you don't. Sorry.
Okay, dang it.
That's sweet.
So unlucky. 1 damage.
Hard one.
Okay.
Yeah, you write that 1 damage now. I'm gonna make you do it. I got him with fatigue. Just wait.
What you doing?
That is it. I guess I'm gonna.
You're the only one standing in the original spot, I will say.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically just like you and Wick that are.
Wick's a
That he's
bit
charging
behind, but not
into.
too far.
Yeah, Wick is visible, but not where she started.
I'm gonna stand like right next to Wick, just like.
Just for Wick likes. Let's throw another dagger in.
he has his 2 daggers in hand. He runs over. Hey.
That's the other thing I'm gonna do. As a free action, I'm gonna ready both my short swords and just look at Wick and go.
Sup.
And then I'm gonna kind of wipe one off because there's a little bit of Wick blood on it.
And then on the other side of Wig is me
Glaring at
glaring
you.
at you.
Yeah.
Doing
Well,
the
Wick.
classic
Oh,
sitcom
God.
dad don't date my daughter glare.
Yeah.
It's worse.
It's the, no one's going to find your body.
It's not the...
But the Squash will be particularly talkative that year.
All right. The hill giant grabs another large cauldron.
Oh dang.
How many cauldrons
And-
are there?
Takes.
To be fair, we did not do a perception check to see how many cauldrons were in the
He
game.
doesn't have
There's
any
like
weapons.
30
All he does is
cauldrons.
cook for the other ogres, evidently.
There's 30 cauldrons?
I'm kidding.
The big cave.
He's
He
like
sells
the
cauldrons.
gingerbread witch lady, Hansel and Gretel witch.
She's gonna take 5 points of burning damage.
He burns himself.
Grabs it, walks
Oh,
like
no.
20
Oh,
feet
no.
over, hucks it at 1, 2, 3, 4. Hucks it at Sai.
Oh, thank God.
That's twice that the dice have not hit you.
For
Right, thanks.
You have to roll the hit, right?
20.
Hits.
You've said it, now the dice have heard you, and I'm gonna die.
Well, I mean, that's no different than usual.
No, I'm not gonna go unconscious, I'm going to die.
I will
He's
feel
gonna get-
mildly guilty about that.
He's gonna nat 20 on it, and then roll just
I'm
top
not nat
numbers on
20.
all of them.
Question: is he proficient with cauldrons?
Yes. Very proficient. That's
Of
all
course,
he does.
Of course.
He
See,
just
I
trains
told
with
you.
cauldrons.
He sells cauldrons.
He hits you for 19.
Okay.
And the liquid inside
Yup.
spills out.
And I take damage from that, don't
Dex
I?
checks from all 3 of you.
Oh, dex check? Really?
I'm in the back going, ha ha. No, I don't actually.
Check or save?
Save.
That's going to be
16.
11.
3. With my...
Alright, you 2 each take 5 points of
Halved. Because I'm resistant to fire damage.
Okay. Take 2 points.
Are you resistant to soup damage?
To heat damage.
And you escape it because you got hit with the cauldron. And
Jackpot.
then had a good
Thank you so
It's a
much. I
literal
really
splash
appreciate
damage.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I really hate burning soup. I wish they would just hit me with the big metal thing.
I
Jackpot.
really just wish it was not cream of mushroom and actually was French onion because I way prefer that.
Yeah. That'd be really nice.
You guys see a green
Sure
bolt
will, nice.
of a green bolt of energy streak
We
across.
got finally somebody in
Inside the
combat.
cave.
I say.
Avada
out loud.
Kedavra.
Oh, he was inside the cave. He dashed.
He hits for
I think he just snuck in before we even
7
started
points
there.
of damage.
So you're saying that whole time he was dashing?
That was bad. That was really bad.
Valchar is up.
It's coming from
Gonna
inside.
peek around the corner and go bang bang with the sacred flame.
It rhymes and everything. Well,
It hits.
mostly rhymes. It's close enough.
That's 6.
Nice.
That's about half.
Yeah, again, you see the fat kind of just ripple out.
I'm gonna go. Ha!
Anna.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm just apologizing now.
I'm gonna try for a
We're
sharpshooter.
gonna hit instead.
Natural 20.
That'll hit.
Only plus
Heck
2,
yeah.
so it's a 22 on that natural 20. So I get, that's 2d8 plus 13. Jeez, and I rolled well. So that's 13, so 26 damage. Piercing.
Ooh.
Can you start shooting the cauldrons? Very nice. Just saying. Very nice.
Drop some cauldron bombs.
Okay.
I feel good about that turn, so we're
That's
gonna
a
leave it there.
Pretty good turn.
Yeah.
You see another green streak of flame come in.
Held action. Probably.
And it just kind of streaks right past him and hits into the cave wall.
We still don't see Azanar though?
He should come visible.
Yeah,
once
Yeah,
he makes
he's
an attack
visible.
roll in.
He's just deeper in the cave. If you want to look, you could see him. If you're looking
I will
for
see him.
Okay, then you see him. That would be Wick's turn then.
You said this thing is within 20 feet of us?
Yep.
I run up and stab it.
Go for it.
Yeah, stabby.
Stabby, stabby.
I tenderize the meat for you.
Not well enough. Well, that's a
Okay.
10 to
Initiative.
hit.
That'll miss.
Yeah. I'm an action surge.
Was that a question?
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna action
Go ahead.
surge.
Go action search.
No, you killed me already.
Oh.
Hey, see, I told you. That's 22.
That'll miss. I'm kidding.
I get my hex because he's still hexed. I'm counting it.
Oh god, I heard a lot of things fall.
Yeah, I don't think the water bottle actually counts for a number, but it did roll.
8, 12, 17 damage.
Ooh. Blam.
My dice is all the way over there.
You just hit him, he just kind of like goes down on one knee. You hear more giant curse words. Side.
Well, now that somebody's finally in combat, I'm going to run up and attack.
Welcome.
Okay,
Thank you.
go for it.
First attack. Yeah.
I'm
First
gonna
attack.
add, you know what? I need to add this.
21?
Mhm.
That is a 14.
Well, how would you like to murder this poor giant?
I'd like to do it by doing all the damage like I always do.
All I was wanting to do was just cook.
Yeah, I know.
Us. Yeah, that's
Um,
actually its preferred cauldron like entry method is to just throw the cauldron and whatever gets in it, it's extra flavor.
Yep.
Terroir, you know?
Jackpot. Yeah, so I'm gonna do kind of the same thing where it's on one knee. You said.
Yeah, it kind of. If you wanted to on one knee, otherwise it would.
Didn't you say that's what it was?
But it would have gotten like back up. It would've
Oh,
been
okay.
like,
I want it to be on one knee instead.
Okay, that's on one knee then.
Okay, sweet. Well, now what do I do?
I'm gonna throw a dice at you.
I'm gonna.
You just have
I'm
to
gonna run up and just kind of hold a short sword in two hands and just kind of jump up and try to hit it right in the neck, right in the back of the neck, and just try to sever the spine.
Just sever the spine or go like down the spine.
Oh.
No, well, I'm assuming it's like this, and my
This is
so it's like that.
horrifying.
All right, so Side jumps up and just drives
Ow.
it straight down, and its spine and just is gonna go. It just like falls over with nothing, like just crumpled body, instantly.
Well,
I would
that
immediately
was-
look up and just go, guys, I killed it.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Way to do it all by yourself, totally alone.
I
Didn't
know.
have any help.
I know. That's not true. Asnar helped a little.
Thanks.
Even though you were hiding here back in the cave.
In the cave with the. Okay, yeah. Good job. Way to go, Sai.
Yep, thank you.
Alright, well, let's see if there's anything interesting here. Azanar, do you mind dealing with the hand again?
No, that's fine.
Where'd you say those three? You said there were like 2 or 3 interesting things. Where did those go?
If you want to look around.
I'm asking Asnar. Because Asnar was the one that scouted it out.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
like,
they were back over there where the hill giant was standing. You can go look up.
yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna look
gonna
around.
go look around too.
Wick sits down.
You know, if you find extra gold, I could use some too.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright, thanks. He'll go take
I'm not
the,
gonna promise
take the
anything.
hand.
Wick pulls out her bag, rifles through it, and just sticks to the health potion in front of you.
Wait, let me give you a bump.
Is this gonna be a common thing?
For 3.
Sweet.
I'm super
Back
glad I
to-
used my last
Double
spot.
digit.
Back to those double
Yeah.
digits.
Yeah, crushing it, Jane. Well, yeah. It's making up for that nat 20 that I rolled.
Potion. Now.
Do we need to do like investigation or something?
No, you guys can take your time. It's a pretty emptied out place. Not a lot of stuff around, so it's pretty easy to kind of figure out what's there, what's viable. You're able to find 118 gold throughout searching
How
everything.
much is it?
Hmm?
How much is a potion? Again?
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, okay. 118 gold, and you also find a shiny sword. It's
6 or 6 HP.
looks well crafted.
Is it like a short sword or a normal size sword or
It's a normal
like
size sword.
okay?
Like a long sword?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
There really should be something in between short sword and long sword.
Yeah.
Just sword.
I mean,
That's not a thing in
rapier
D&D.
sword
Right,
it
it's
is,
not-
but
It's not
that's-
a thing
Yeah,
in D&D,
I
though. That's what I mean.
I'm aware.
Does it look like special at all, or is it just like
It has some
a brand
intricate-
shiny new sword?
It has some intricate designs on it, a little bit.
Okay.
It looks well crafted, like somebody put some effort into this.
Okay. Anybody know anything about like blacksmithing or anything? Because we found this sword.
I mean, my
Sword?
dad was a blacksmith, but
Do you know anything about this?
I can take a look. It might be more Wick's bag. We'll see. We can both look at it.
Sure. Yeah.
What am I rolling?
What
It's
are you
like
what are you looking
Arcana
for?
or history or something.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't really have either.
What it
I have
is?
both.
Well, it just depends on what you're trying to ascertain.
I guess I want to know about it. Like, does it... If it's anything special or...
So you want to see if it's like a historic sword that you would have seen in your books?
Or even just a special... Not necessarily... Even if it's just like a special sword, like, does it look like it can do anything special? I just want to see this... I don't want to know this sword.
Are you looking to see if it's magical?
Essentially identify.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
Right.
essentially identify, but
Okay,
I don't have
so you're doing
identify.
our-
But not the
Arcana check
full
then.
details, yeah. And then
Okay.
I just want to look at the smithing.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Would that be history for me?
Smithing. I guess
Just
like a
like, 'cause my-
perception.
Well, that's a 1, so it doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
I got a 17 for
You
Arcana.
feel like there's
It's a
there's
sword.
some magical essence in the sword.
And what type of sword was it, you said?
Honestly, it's a standard sword, but I guess that would be a long sword then.
This is standard sword would actually be short sword. In
Would
terms
that
of
be
length.
classified as a short sword then?
I mean, it depends on how you want it to be.
Yeah, it depends on what you want.
Is this a short piercing sword or a long slashing
It's not a
sword?
two-handed sword.
That
It's
is not a long
one-handed.
sword.
Okay.
Well, long sword could be both. It's
Mhm.
versatile.
In D&D,
In
yes.
D&D,
I'm gonna
it's
hand out-
versatile.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hand out 23 gold to the other 4 people in the group.
Oh.
4?
Do you mind if
Asnar, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
do you mind? Does anybody mind if I keep this?
So then, if you
Well, at
guys
least
want
until we
to,
find out what it is.
I'll say it's like it's more of a short sword then.
Okay.
So it's not a long sword by any means.
Is it 24?
So
Is
it's
it-
a sword I could use.
23.
Is it special?
I think it has some sort of magic attached to it.
Okay.
I'm not sure what, but
Well, maybe we can get somebody to help us figure that out, or
Then
Yeah.
decide who would be best.
you think
for
is it something that you could like look at it longer and figure out, or do we need somebody to like?
I mean, I know some people who, if they spend, I like, if I was studying stuff, I'd usually spend like an hour-ish with it, and I could learn a little bit more about it.
Okay. All right. Well, that seems valuable.
Yeah.
You said 23?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm adding a quote-unquote magical sword to my inventory.
Magical short sword. You
Magical
decided?
short sword? Question mark? Unless you have like an item card for me.
No.
Okay.
I'm sure that in a dwarven town we'd be able to get it identified by the time when we get back.
True.
I'm sure somebody there would know.
Well, I got another one of your hands. Who's holding all of these again?
Hi.
Here you go.
Thanks.
I'll hold on to this one.
How big are
No.
these hands?
I'll just tie
Probably
it.
They're
bigger
like,
than me.
Bigger than Wick.
With 5 on you now?
There's
Yeah,
yeah,
we're like using rope. It's like it's like
it's
the
like
just
the just
married.
married.
Yeah.
What if we put them in the cauldron and then tie a rope to the cauldron and then drag them back that way?
Actually, not that bad of an idea for once for you.
How many fit in a cauldron?
Yeah, and you have so many good ideas. Are you gonna shoot them this time?
You know what?
Weird. That's super
It
crazy.
might be repetitive, but it's
oh,
efficient.
Man. That's insane.
Is there any different stats I should add to this beyond the basic stats in the book for a short sword?
We don't know it yet.
You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we should be heading back to town now.
Is there anything else of interest at all?
Not
Just
really.
the golden sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's head back.
All right. All right, you guys head back to the Dram Guard entrance, and as I was like, oh, do you guys want me to go get Thalgus?
Sure.
Might as well.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. He walks in. The guards allow him because he has permission from Thalgus. About 10 minutes later, they come back. Well, did you guys still want to have a meeting with the True Swords? It says kind of pick your time. Pick who you want
Now.
to meet with. No, I misspoke. Do you want to still meet with the True Swords, or do you want to meet with somebody else? We're gonna bring you to them.
I'm still good for the true swords.
Yeah.
It's fine, baby.
Nobody else thinks they're boring?
I mean, maybe, but that's not particularly relevant.
We don't really know too much about any of the clans, except that there are certain clans that we should stay away from, and certain clans that if we deal with would make us look stupid and weak. True swords seem to be kind of the middle ground, so I say we go with the true swords.
Okay.
It's fine by me.
All right. You turn to Thalgus. They'd like an introduction to the True Swords. Well, I'll have them send some guards. He walks off. About 5 minutes later.
I want to talk to Aznar for the 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, Aznar, I mean, are we swearing loyalty to these people? I mean,
Well, what are you trying to do here?
Well, all I'm saying is that we don't really know anything about any of these people.
Well,
At least nothing that we've learned ourselves. You know, we're just learning what other people have said about them. So
I don't know that much about this. I just have a few contacts here, but I mean,
we're not going to be kept from seeking an audience with anybody else, are we? Like
Well,
with the short
it
swords?
depends on who you're seen with. There's a lot of politics that go on. Once you go to the True Swords, you might be regarded as a true sword. Depends on how the interaction goes.
Just by being seen with them?
During Dunhilder, things get weird. There's a lot of conspiracies and
And
plots.
there's no clans that don't take place in it?
Well, True Swords don't take much place in it, but just think about it. If you're in competition with somebody and you're all going for the same power, if you see somebody with your opposing faction, what would you think? It would be hard to... There aren't very many trades that happen inside the city during this time. It's very politically driven.
Okay.
Gotta be careful. Don't feel like you're gonna get your throat slit wherever you go, but be on your guard.
Okay.
You alright? You took some tough hits there.
I'll be fine. I just want to sleep, I guess. I'm tired.
Okay, maybe
It's been a long day.
that's fair. Maybe don't take this the wrong way. Maybe don't lead the talking with the leader of a clan we don't know if you're like tired and not on your game.
Okay.
It just
Uh-huh.
okay.
I understand.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, all right.
You just let me know when you guys are ready for Thalgus to return.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Thalgus returns with eight dwarves, all in plate armor, sword and shield in each. It's kind of a dark plate, but with white inscriptions all over. More decoration, but they appear and the guards, and they speak shortly with the guards, and then they all open up and let you walk in. As I was like, well, I mean, here's our escort.
We follow.
Okay. You guys enter in the large cave gate.
Pause. While we're walking, I turn and say, "Can you prestidigitate all of us? Make us look presentable."
I mean, do I need to?
We're meeting with the leaders of some kind of clan.
After doing them
It
a
seems
favor.
important.
I feel like if we were clean after just taking 5 or 6 hands of these monsters, I mean, I'd be a little... I mean, I feel like it'd be a little understandable if we're a little grimy. Or covered in
That's true.
soup.
I don't know. It seems like a effort.
How about you prestidigitate us a little, so
Well,
we're not quite as...
I can only do a small area. I can't do 4
Maybe just our faces.
or 5 grown people. You know, it has this
You
limitation.
could do it over time.
Yeah.
Do any of us have like literal guts on us? Maybe.
Sai has some blood all over him. Not a ton, but some blood on him, and
I'm just a little
I've got
soupy.
stab wounds in my own blood.
yeah.
A little soupy in my own blood.
Well, does soup really cover the hill giant soup? Like, it's not exactly like like chicken noodle, you know. Let me look real quick.
You can do it.
I
I
can.
mean, it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
It's
worry.
a
I'll
can-
do,
it's a
I'll do
cantrip.
just the faces on
Don't worry
everybody.
too much about the book.
I didn't know if there was a time limit though. I think there's a time limit to how long it lasts.
Well, you can cast it multiple times.
You can
Right,
just
right.
clean them.
Right.
It's a cantrip. It's,
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
fine.
I'll do that.
It's not like you clean them and then they go unclean after a minute. It's like you just.
Well, I
clean
can, I
them
can
and
make
they go.
things appear clean. They don't actually become clean. Like, they just look that way. I mean,
But yeah,
We're
then
just
you
gonna
make it.
leave
Yeah,
it
we
at
just
that.
we
Okay,
look,
you can
we
do what
look
you
a
want.
little nicer. It's fine.
Okay. I just want to look to see how it's worded for future, but yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So you guys walk into after traveling the cave for about a few minutes. It kind of opens up, and you can see that this mountain has been mostly hollowed out. There's just stories and stories and stories of houses and buildings that are kind of scaling the outside, going up. There are braces that have been built from the middle to kind of hold each section so that like cave-ins don't happen and whatnot. You can tell the dwarves have built many underground cities. They're structurally very sound. It looks a little freaky to people who haven't been in this type of area. But it's not deserted, but there are not a lot of people going
Quiet.
around. It's quiet for a lot more quiet than you would expect a place of this size. They escort you for about another 10-15 minutes, kind of start spiraling up, and you start to see like a few temples here and there. Then you walk into, they escort you into a really big, like, great hall. Tables lining it, where they would have feasts and whatnot. And then there's a kind of a big throne at the end where.
Wick took her journal out almost immediately and started drawing as soon as she saw the sprawl of the city.
Okay.
She's like sketching. Do I recognize any of the temples?
They don't really have markings at the moment. You can go back and explore later.
Okay.
Assuming we're still allowed in the city.
Right.
Wick's gonna look in those temples. She ain't leaving a second time without doing that.
Sitting in the throne is a very broad shouldered dwarf, more than your typical dwarf, and he has a thick, well-braided white beard, very long. He's wearing the same kind of colored armor, but very intricate designs, and you can see what you now know as, you've seen it in multiple places, the kind of the logo or the house sigil of the True Swords, which is a sword with wings that come out from it, in pure white. And then you see next to him is a female dwarf with slim shoulders and wearing a solid white robe. And so you approach Thalgus in the front, and Thalgus introduces him like, my lord, these travelers have proven themselves, taken out a few countryside nuisances, and the only repayment that they ask is an audience with your grace. So I will let them introduce themselves, and he steps aside.
That's our walk-up music.
Mm-hmm.
Wick is still carrying the cauldron, I assume, with the hands.
Unless they took it.
Unless they took it.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
Okay. She goes up. She puts it down where they can see it. Does a little bow.
I am Brina Eliwick Rowan Tibbers. An honor to meet you.
And then she backs up.
Well done. That's a lot of problems that we don't have to deal with.
2 hill giants and 4 ogres.
Impressive.
Thank you, my lordship.
So what brings you all before me during this time?
Well, we have identified a threat, and are looking for information and assistance.
Allies.
And allies.
Strong, brave allies who can help us take down a dark, dark threat.
A dark threat, you say?
An evil god. And the people he wants, or the people who worship him. We've already gone up against them and survived.
What can the True Swords do against a god?
Well, I think the first step would be to go after some of the evil followers that have been plaguing some of the countryside, and then well, I don't want to go too much more into detail until we've discussed options and plans and strategies and reached a mutual agreement. We understand this won't be for free. Did we actually discuss, out of character real quick, did you actually discuss what we were going to offer them?
Nope.
5 to 6 giant hands.
Yeah, I was say.
That was for the shadow cloaks.
That's
the
for
beginning.
that's
Sounds
for
like
the
yeah. Yeah.
And we're trying to
Okay,
trying to gain
Wait,
allies.
We're, as you can see, we're a party of some strength, some merit, and some interest in being helpful. We also have heard that there's a competition currently We don't.
Dune Hildar.
Dune Hildar, yes.
A time-honored tradition.
Yes. Forgive me, I don't know all the politics behind it, but if there's a way we can help you in that, I think that might be something we could offer if that's something you wanted.
But what we are looking for is aid. Not necessarily against the god itself, but against its followers, and a way to get information and to grow and learn ourselves so that when the time comes that we have to go up against his followers again, we do better than we did before.
So what brought you to the True Swords?
We,
Why did you pick me?
We have heard very little about all of the clans.
We got a brief synopsis on some of the
but
ideals behind some of the
What
groups.
we have heard is that you are honorable and, well, as your name suggests, true. Strong fighters. Maybe people who can train us or give us some sort of information on how we can become stronger. And honor and strength and honesty, loyalty means a lot to us.
Darkness will run through the country at all times.
There's some darkness, and then there's pure darkness. And if there's one thing I've learned in my time, it's that when true darkness threatens the land, nobody prospers, nobody flourishes, and it's up to the good guys, to the heroes, to make sure that people can grow.
It threatens everyone.
As much as I would love to help and send multiple knights to your aid, being that I just met you, you've proven yourselves to be fine warriors.
Thank you.
I don't have the resources. Dune Hildar is consuming everything of this clan, as is of all the clans.
What if we helped you win?
Also, it's not immediate.
It's a promise of future aid.
Yes, we just need a promise of future aid when the time comes.
Well, I don't know how you would help us win, but that could be discussed.
I mean, you said it
And
yourself. We've proven we're fine warriors.
The dwarf... How much do you know of the dwarves?
Very little.
A little bit, but not a ton.
Well, Dune Hildar is the one time of the year where you're allowed to be your individual clan. Everything runs on our own, but you serve the ruling clan.
Of course.
I cannot make any promises to provide aid when I am not in charge, and
Would they not listen to a clan leader? Take under your advice under consideration? Or
not one of the newer clans. We don't hold much power. We hold some. We're not one of the older clans, the more influential clans, one of the family clans. We believe in the just cause, which is
what we're fighting for.
why I tend to want to help.
Did we hear this person's name?
My lord.
Nope.
No.
Nobody's.
And that's not.
I'm assuming that if you are not one of the clans that has won in the last, how long was it? A few years? I'm assuming that there's something that we can do to help.
The True Swords have never won Dune Hildar.
What would need to be done?
How can
I
we
mean,
help with that?
yeah, let's find out how we can help you, and then once you succeed, we can talk about our requests.
We believe very strongly in honor, and part of that honor is reciprocity, honoring those who have helped you.
The female beside him in the all white robe speaks up. Well, in order to participate, you have to be a clan's member.
If we were to become clans members, if it is possible, what would be required of us?
Well, there are plenty of newcomers. The True Swords believe in holding justice and doing right in all means. You don't have to be a dwarf to join our ranks. If you would want to become a true sword, you can be put through the challenges and then prove yourselves worthy, and you can become a true sword.
And would we be able to complete these challenges with enough time to help you win the competition?
The first competition is already over.
We've heard that it lasts for 30 days.
Yes, 7 competitions over 30 days. Thalgus, did you not tell them of any of this? Thalgus looks like... They did not ask, my lord. I did not. They are just newcomers. The king looks slightly annoyed.
We're very sorry
the
for our
queen-
ignorance.
Or the female is like, it's okay. There are 7 challenges every year. The winner of the majority of those becomes the ruler for the next year. Now, the first challenge is already done and has been already won by the Wraithbanes.
Those are the current rulers, correct?
Correct. And generally one of the older and stronger houses.
Okay.
The second challenge is to happen tomorrow. I don't think any of you will be members by then.
What is required of us?
We put you through the sacred challenges to prove that you are fighters for what is right and just in the countryside. The True Swords are more accepting than most of the other clans. You don't need to be a dwarf. But you also have to prove your worth and that you can help. We are seeking strength, and to set our resources aside instead of preparing for Dunhildur to put you through the challenges is a great risk that we will be taking on.
I can guarantee that it is a risk that will be well rewarded, though.
What are you each good at?
I myself am a fighter. I am also good with knowledge.
I am mostly good at a distance with a bow. I can do a little bit of magic as well.
I can also do very small amounts of magic.
I'm good at not being seen, acquiring items, acquiring information.
I'm just gonna invoke duplicity. Have the clone right next to me. That's it.
That's anything? Okay.
His powers come from a god who has blessed him with with their favor.
Wow. That's for many people.
Speaking of gods, the one that we're after.
Asmodeus.
And you're sure of this, Asmodeus?
We've heard the name several times in relation to our obstacles.
Some of his followers, in fact, kidnapped him when we were much less experienced.
She gives a concerned look over towards the king.
If you do...
What would you have me do, woman? She goes, and she just gives him another look. He's like, fine. Put them through the challenges. I need to know that they're all just and true of heart.
Yeah, Yeah, there might be a couple of us that have struggles with that.
There might be all of us that have struggles with that.
We'll see where my alignment is. Then.
You guys picked the true swords, okay?
Yeah, I know.
So-
It was a bit aspirational, perhaps.
Put them through the challenges, and let's see how they fare. For now, I have to focus my effort on Dunhildar. The
We-
event is tomorrow.
We understand and respect that, and thank you for your time. And the opportunity.
Put them... See to it that they have somewhere to stay, but know that you will be under watch and guarded at all times as you are guests of the true swords.
Of course.
Are we free to leave?
You're free to leave town, but you must be escorted inside of town at all times.
Are we free to see the town? Learn where we are going to be spending the next few days?
If
With an escort, I would
yes,
assume.
with an escort, you can explore all that you want. Many things will be empty, as all non-clans individuals, non-individuals belonging to clans, the 7 clans,
Yes.
are removed from the city.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time and your information.
Good fortune in the competition tomorrow.
Thank you.
Wick bows again.
Well, to the rooms, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, you guys want to head to the rooms?
Yeah.
You guys can tell the guards will escort you to where you can stay. It's kind of a room with just a whole bunch of beds. You can pick whatever bed you want. There's probably 20 beds, all empty. Pick whatever you want.
Sure. Once we get in, I turn to Wick and I say, I'm sorry, I totally underestimated you. That was my bad.
I was raised with dragonborns. They have a very strict system sometimes.
I didn't mean that you didn't have the knowledge, I just meant that, like, sometimes when we get tired we get, like, emotional or impulsive, but you were amazing in there, so consider my comment retracted.
Sometimes I can be.
She handled herself well. That's what you need to act around kings.
Exactly. Knowing you're around royalty is very different than knowing you're around somebody who thinks they can just do whatever they want. Sorry.
Not trying to be a contrarian or anything, but I mean, we all heard that they need to find out whether we're just or not. I mean, don't we think that there might be a person or two here that might struggle with that?
I think the definition of just that they are using doesn't necessarily mean this side of the law.
Probably doesn't include stealing
Well,
You'd be surprised.
or stabbing friends a couple times.
It was an accident.
We think.
I'm saying it was an accident. And I've done it too. It just means when the time comes, which side are you going to be on? And I think we already know the answer for all of us, or we wouldn't still be together.
All I'm saying is that would it make more sense for me to go check out the other clans, and I would hate to impede any of your chances of
I don't think
getting
you
into this
will.
one.
And I
And
think we
we
should
might be able to
stay.
make more allies that way.
I think we should stay together. And I think if we split up to different clans, it would pit us against each other if all of us get in, or what if one of us doesn't? I believe that you're true of heart, which is, I think, more important.
Anybody else have any thoughts?
I would say that the only potential I see for potentially working with, talking with another clan would be with the Shadow Cloaks, because they seem to not embody the same level of competitive politics as some of the others.
well, that's not true. They just don't participate in the games.
Well, but that's what I mean.
The Shadow Cloaks will always
Operate
be
from the shadows.
the right hand, or maybe more accurately, the left hand of the ruling clan.
All I'm saying is that even being here for an extended period of time is gonna, all the other clans are gonna know of our allegiances. So I'm saying that if we go to a different clan, or if any of us go to a different clan, it makes more sense to do so now than before we actually have accomplices that might hold us back from actually gaining allies in other facets of this town. And I think that we should not necessarily take that lightly.
Do you think that you're going to be able to get around without an escort?
I really don't think we should be pushing our luck like that.
I don't either, but it sounds like he wants to.
No, I don't. I think that if I were to leave this place, it would be under the assumption that I am not going to be taking the trials.
Azanar, are you part of a clan?
I have affiliations with the Shadow Cloaks.
Could you arrange a meeting for
With,
Sai with the Shadow Cloaks?
I mean, I can go talk to Thalgus.
You know this town more than any of us. I mean,
You already don't need an escort. They trust you.
have you heard of these trials that they're going to put us through? Do you know what they entail?
Digging back through my memory, honestly, probably better to get Thalgus in here and have him explain.
Would you?
Sure. He'll walk out of the room.
I will say that if we're going to fight Asmodeus, the true swords are probably the most...
Righteous?
Well, I was going to say the most sort of ideologically opposed, but
Yeah.
similar, yeah, in terms of having their own motivation to oppose this force that we seek to fight against.
I think that even the true swords, though, don't want to help us with Asmodeus unless we can help them with this competition.
It's not. That's not actually what they said.
They said they want to, they don't have the resources.
They don't
unless
have the
they're
ability.
able to rule.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, isn't committing all your resources to a political competition, instead of a god that's going to try to destroy us all? I mean, isn't that kind of the same thing?
Short term versus long term.
Yeah.
If they commit everything to this 30 days, then they have, the other 330 days or whatever it is in this calendar. I don't.
But
Did you make up a calendar, Tyler? Or is it 365?
365.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the other 335 days, they can, put the full force of the Dwarven stronghold behind what they want.
But if we spend 30 days trying to find one group of allies, I mean, that means that we're going to have,
Or-
10, 12 allies by the time we're done with it? And
And if
I'm not sure that's enough.
If we get them to win, we have the whole city.
We have all
Exactly.
of the dwarves.
Assume they want to follow through.
Well,
I think the true swords would. It's in who they are.
It's in who they
I
tell us
think
they are.
they would be interested in it. Whether or not they can actually do it is another question, but it's a risk we have to take. None of these alliances are going to be a sure thing until we call them and they say, not call them, but until we call upon them and they say yes or no. I mean,
We're
no
not-
allegiance is a promise. We can't even promise that we're actually going to help them win the competition. We're going to try.
Sai, we're not anywhere near ready to take on Asmodeus. We can't even take on the people who follow him because the last time we tried, we all almost died.
Which is why I'm saying we take active steps towards actually gathering allies, and I'm not sure that 30 days per ally is going to get us anywhere.
Some will take less, some will take more. It's you have to put in the work.
If you think I'm not willing to put in the work, then...
That's not what I'm saying.
It will.
I mean, are these not questions that we should be asking ourselves at least, or am I just the only one that's
What's
It-
the
actually
alternative?
concerned about this?
What's the alternative?
The alternative is we go to a different town and we find allies who are willing to help, not based on what we can do for them, but instead like who they're trying to protect, what they're trying to do.
Everyone's gonna ask us to do something for them.
All I'm saying is that how many allies could we make out there away from this town in 30 days versus how many are we going to get here? I mean, it's a numbers game. Let's
It
be
could be
honest.
0, it could be 1,000.
One
Right.
thing I
We're
like
here.
about this option is that it's pretty obviously at least somewhat merit based rather than connection based or being in the right place at the right time based. This one, if we earn it, we're at least a good way towards having a Dwarven kingdom as an ally. that says a lot when we go to talk to the elves who don't give the time of day to people like us for the most part.
Or the
You know
Dragonborns.
this. You know this about elves.
So assuming we ever
Dragonborn are probably not going to be very
They want the best of the best.
interested.
They want proof that we are the best.
I'm
If
willing to move
anything, this
forward
is
with
an
it.
ideal
I'll-
first option for us.
Right, and I'm willing to move forward with it, but you realize that if either A, we don't pass our test, or B, they don't win Brew Hildar, I mean, we're 10 days in and we have nothing to show for it. I mean, we have to at least acknowledge that that's an option, and that's something that we should at least be concerned about.
Sure.
Concerned enough to have this conversation.
And then we end up spending 15 days traveling to find some podunk town of some villagers, and maybe they'll help us, but they're not going to be trained in fighting. They will have no idea what they're getting into.
You-
Dragonborn are trained at fighting.
Yes, and they're not going to take us if we lose here. I'll be honest. I grew up with them. We go to Duskhaven. That's not going to go well for us.
If I'm the only one that thinks this way, then
No.
we can move forward with it. But
You-
all I'm saying
It's
is that
a-
it's a conversation worth having.
It's
Yes.
a valid
It's
conversation.
a valid point.
But I think, honestly, in terms of first alliance to make, one that's based on our actual fighting prowess, where we can literally help deliver exactly what they want to them, and it's within reach for us, that's the ideal scenario. What are we going to bring to the elves if we don't, like, if it's just us five? Right? What are we going to bring to the Dragonborn, just us five? What we can bring to this particular Dwarven clan is, we have some fighting prowess. We might be able to help you if things go well.
Right.
This is at least a chance.
The only concern that I have with this decision is, what does it mean when we pledge our allegiance to them?
That's a good question.
That's the only thing I'm worried about at this moment.
Falgus might be able to help with that
Maybe.
answer.
I hope so.
I would imagine he knows a lot.
Do we fully commit, or do we act like Azanar with just
Connections.
having connections?
I think that's a conversation that we should have when we have more facts, and we should have with the king. We didn't get his name. But I feel like at this moment, this is our best option.
Okay.
We can get more answers. Maybe your answers, and hopefully your answers. And if they work with what we're looking for, we've made a really good first step. If they don't, we haven't committed to anything yet.
I think before we become part of their guild, we tell them that we are expecting that they're going to help us afterwards, because becoming part of their guild shuts off our access to other clans.
Only for 30 days a year.
Well, right, but I highly doubt that if we help them win, I highly doubt that the Wraithbanes are going to take us in.
We also
let's be
literally
honest.
just told them that loyalty was important to us.
I'm saying if they win, if we help them win, they run the kingdom for the next year. We have the entire kingdom.
Unless they're too busy running the kingdom to help us. All I'm saying is that we get in writing, or we get their word that they're going to help us. Otherwise, we go through all this and we have nothing to show for it at the end.
I mean, yes.
I say that's
That's
not
fair.
unreasonable.
That's a fair
No,
promise.
that's
That's a fair promise.
You think I wouldn't get this in writing?
I'm just saying it's something to think about.
No,
Okay.
it's a fair point.
Can you magic that contract to be binding, or is that not your thing yet?
I mean, I'm not somebody who grants powers or anything like that.
I feel like you should definitely go into, like, contract magic law.
Well, I guess we just wait until
Yeah.
Azanar gets back.
I think the trials are a decent first step. They'll give us a good feeling at what we're looking at.
Okay.
And we can find out if there's an option to back out if we pass them. I assume there probably is.
So, yeah.
Okay, you guys want to wait for
That
Falgus?
is. Yep.
All right. All right. About another 5-10 minutes pass. and Azanar and Thalgus come into the room. So I hear you needed some information.
Yes, we have questions.
Hello, Thalgus. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? What's your name?
We should probably introduce ourselves. I'm Enna. This is Sai. Wick.
Rena, Eliwick, Rowan, Tibbers.
Okay.
You can call her Wick, right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, you can call her Wick. And Balchar's over there.
You're a broody one.
We've been through stuff.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good summary, actually. Yeah.
I've been known to. I address people quite quickly. I tell a lot about them. What do you need of me? Azanar didn't give me any details. He said you need help.
We had some concerns, some questions.
What questions would those be?
If we pass the trials and can become a member of the True Sword clan,
Yeah.
what does that require of us?
Well, that would be a question for the king.
Whose name is
the name of the king.
Yes, we didn't actually get it, and it's kind of rude to ask him on their name.
It's King Emric.
Emric.
Of the True Swords. Clan leader, king, whatever you want to call him. The leader of the True Swords.
Was that his wife?
Yes, his wife.
Interesting.
How close have they come to winning?
Not that close.
Have they ever won one of the 7?
No.
So, one of the things that he mentioned was the Dwarven nation as a whole versus divided into the 7 clans during Dunhildar. What is it like to be a member of a clan during the other 335 days of the year? How much is there fealty there? How much is it the whole nation? How does it work?
Well, the ruling clan rules. They make the decisions.
Certainly, yeah.
Would they take into account our request, even if the True Swords don't win?
Well, that would strictly be up to the winning clan. That has nothing to do with...
But do they listen to their people? If we become clan members, would they listen to us?
You would have a voice at the table.
Okay.
Counselor of
That's
sorts.
something.
So how did the clans function outside of Dunhildar?
Well, they function as one unit, one clan. They obviously have each of them. Wraithbanes are still Wraithbanes, and Bronze Mauls are still Bronze Mauls, but they all follow the rule of who's ever in charge.
Has there ever been an instance where they haven't?
Well, it happens from time to time, and that doesn't end well for those individuals.
When's the last time the Wraithbanes lost?
4 years ago?
Who was leader then? Or prior to that?
I think that would be I think the Strong Braids were in charge back then, 4 years ago.
Oh, hey, I was looking at them. They sounded interesting. We were wondering, based on what we heard talking to the True Swords, some of us are concerned that they are not quite the right fit for True Swords. Would it be possible for them to maybe talk to you or another clan about swearing or learning with them?
Well, with me it would be pointless. And with the Shadow Cloaks, we don't participate in doing Hildar.
It's less about participation then and more about... Has Azanar filled you in on why we're here?
To a lesser degree, I already know. You've been traveling, you have some sort of dilemma where you need help.
We need allies.
Yeah.
And sometimes allies come in the way of information. which we've heard you are very good at.
Well, it's what we do within the kingdom. We don't. We dwarves like to stay here. We don't. We have some individuals that travel the country, report back to us. We have alliances with other individuals. He nods his head towards Asnar. And organizations that help. And in turn, we provide them information as well. Bit of a network.
Do any of the other clans do the same thing that you do with somebody like Azanar? Have loose relations rather than clan members?
Well, that's up to the individual clans who they decide to align themselves with. It's strictly up to them.
Are any of them aligned with any gods?
There are multiple of them that are aligned to whatever god they decide to worship. Are you looking for? Is any one particular god that you're looking at?
What's the name?
Asmodeus. We're looking to make sure none would side with Asmodeus.
Well,
Or to avoid the ones who would.
the only ones who might side with somebody like Asmodeus would be the Wraithbanes. Would be the only ones that might. All the other dwarves usually stay with dwarven gods or powerful gods. Nothing that evil. Of course, there's always the random
individual shit.
Yeah.
You buy and sell information. Is there any way that you could find out if there's any whispers about such a worshipping going on with the Wraithbanes?
We've heard, staying true to each other, there's been whispers of this and that, but it doesn't seem to be a problem here.
Sai, would you rather take your chances with one of the other clans?
I think it makes less sense to do that, just because I think that if we as a group go into a clan, especially if it's one like the True Swords, they're going to need all the help that they can get, especially with their past history.
Okay.
That's almost the worst that could happen.
What happens if you fail their tests?
Well, then you are going to be, depending on how gracious of how much they want you as guests, you will stay under guard in the city for as long as they're willing to provide guards, and then when they are not, you will be you will leave the city.
Kicked out. But we won't, face terrible fates if we fail?
Not that I know. You may die in the challenges,
But we won't be killed if we
no,
fail.
you won't be executed, especially not by the True Swords.
Or imprisoned.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And what if we get through the trials and we decide that we don't want to be part of the clan, but we still would like help, and we would still like to offer our help?
Well, then you can't participate in the trials.
Okay.
There's clan members only.
So if we want to help the True Swords with Doonhildar, we have to become members of the clan.
If the True Swords are willing to promise that they'll help us if we help them win,
We will work with that.
I am more than willing to help them win. I mean, better, just as good them as anybody else.
Yeah, as clan members, would we still be allowed to,
That's a
pursue
good
what
question.
we're
Is the
doing?
mobility issue?
Or would we have to stay here?
Well, that's not a question I can answer.
Of course.
But from my understanding is you would be allowed to pursue your own endeavors. It would be encouraged that every Doonhildar you return and support your clan, and that you provide whatever is required of you by your king. That could be anything, whatever the king needs.
It's not unlike any other alliance.
True. And also, it might be nice
Makes
to have a base of operations, a place to call home.
They wouldn't require you to stay here. That is not something that I can say that with quite a bit of confidence.
I say we take their trials,
Okay.
see if we win. If we win before we become ingratiated, we talk to him about our terms.
couple practical questions for you, Thalgus. One is there any fun during Doonhildar? Like, is this a festival at all?
do you have-
Or is it just straight competition?
There is maybe a festival at the end provided by
Okay.
the winning clan, but
Okay.
this is
Could have shown up then.
this is a very intense time, and tensions are as high as they could ever be.
Okay.
The only people who are somewhat immune to this are the Shadow Cloaks, but we don't involve ourselves or show ourselves very often.
Okay. So, next question. Being adventurers, we have sort of, used some of our supplies. Are there places during Doonhildar where we can buy things? I know there's not that much trade right now.
Outside of town, there are some clan-run shops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they'll be manned. You could talk to the True Swords and see what they're willing to do, depending on if you're adventurers or True Sword clansmen.
Okay.
And then, does the same thing hold for, temples or places of learning? Anything
Yes.
like that?
Most will be empty.
But would there be clerics? Demand-
Most likely not. There might be some.
Oh.
It depends.
All we have to do is win, and then we can do whatever we want.
Did you have any more questions, Belcher?
Everything was answered for me.
Sai?
Nope.
Okay, I think we have the information we want.
Let's take these trials. See what they got for us.
Asanar goes, you guys really don't have any interest in the actual events of Doonhildar or anything? You just take
I mean,
trials?
I think we want to take this one step at a time, and right now we need to focus. We can't do anything about that.
What's the competition tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, the competition tomorrow is essentially crafting the mightiest weapon.
Oh, well, we probably couldn't
I
really
would
help
be
with
mining-
that anyway.
Mining your resources, taking it to the blacksmith, and forging the mightiest of weapons.
What was
Okay.
what was the first trial?
Oh, that was already completed.
Yeah, I'm just curious what it was.
It was a strength challenge of lifting large boulders as a group and moving them in certain areas.
Oh yeah, we
with
wouldn't have been
speed.
very helpful with that.
You would have been the only one.
Well, actually, I'm about the same height as these guys, so I guess that wouldn't make too much of a difference. Well, obviously we won't be done in time to do the second trial. What's the third?
The third trial is one-on-one combat with no weapons. It's a
I did okay with that.
3 champions for each
Clan?
clan, and you're allowed to compete.
Oh god.
One-on-one, huh?
And no magic.
God damn it.
Well, there was no
This is
magic in the regular matches, right, Valchar?
Yeah.
Any chance I could have a non-combatant just stand within 5 feet of whoever I'm fighting
A
and
manager.
not do anything?
You know, somebody to make sure when I tap out it's seen.
Is it whoever wins 2, or how does that work? I mean, if each clan has 3 people,
Whoever wins the most.
Is
So
it the
who-
last
it's a-
person
it's-
standing?
It's gonna be
it's a bracket.
Yes. For lack of a better medieval
Oh,
word,
no.
it'll be a bracket.
So
That
what's...
bracket's back then.
Tell it... Just... Why don't you go ahead and tell us about the next 4? We're just gonna ask about them anyway.
Okay.
Well, the fourth one is a strategy exercise. It's kept quite secret and worked out by the multiple kings and the planners. It is going to be an intelligence-based competition. Then the fifth one is probably the most dwarven thing of all, is a drinking competition.
Not me.
The sixth competition is a 3v3,
Now,
where there are 2 teams for each clan and a bracket system. And the final competition is Champions of the Realm. It's a 1v1 bracket competition.
Champions of the realm? Are these like actual heroes from the clans?
They are the mightiest of all the Dwarven warriors.
Are the 6th and 7th fully armored weapons, etc.? Or
Yes.
okay.
No killing is encouraged.
But what about killing and then reviving?
It's a gray area.
Well, it says is no killing is encouraged, not enforced. But I don't like to kill anyways.
It depends on who you're killing and the power behind them.
Yeah, there's a...
You might want to watch what you do to who you do it to.
Unless I'm close, most everything is possibly lethal. So, that's why I ask.
Let's
Watch
address
your
that
back.
after we pass our
Yeah.
clan membership.
Do you have any idea how long the clan, the trials to become part of the clan would take?
That's completely up to the True
True
Swords. The actual clan trials are kept quite secret, and you are
differ from each
sworn
one,
to
I'm
secrecy.
certain. Okay.
You know some things, but I'll let you figure those out.
Well, let's go take these trials and
Let's
Start
take
with
them
that.
in the morning.
Yeah.
I think you'll take them whenever they give them to
That
you.
too.
Thalgus, when does this free information train run out?
Oh, it's been gone for a while, but I know if I'm in need of something, I'm sure you will oblige. That is the Shadow Cloaks.
it depends on what it is.
Obviously, if
Don't
we have
say that out
allegiances to the True Swords, we'll have to consider that. But as far as I'm concerned, we owe you a favor. Or at least I do.
Anything else?
We'll call
I
it even.
don't believe so. Thank you very much for your help.
Azanar knows where to find me.
Thank you, Thalgus. Appreciate it.
And Azanar, you know that you can't compete with them, right? Yeah, I know.
I wasn't expecting him to.
Alright, well, best of luck in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He'll leave. Azanar will stay, though.
I'm gonna head back to where we're staying.
Might as well get our sleep.
You were in your
Yeah,
you're
he
in
came-
the room.
he
Oh,
came
we're still
to
in?
us.
I thought,
Yeah, he
okay.
came
I thought
to
we
you guys.
kind of like met. Okay. I'm gonna go into...
You're in your PJs.
Yeah,
Do they have hearts on them too?
absolutely.
Are they reversible too?
Yeah, are they black or white right now?
Or are they? Is it pink with white?
What type of hearts do they have on them?
Actually.
That's heads, so yes. They are reversible.
Yes.
That's all I really wanted this session.
What time of day is it? About.
Night.
It's inside a mountain.
Okay, but like.
It's starting to be dark outside. It hasn't been that long
It's
since
been-
you've been outside.
It was getting dark.
It's
when we were
mountain
going.
It's starting to be nighttime.
Would one of you lovely guards mind escorting me to a temple?
Yes.
You would mind?
Yeah. Let's just call it a night, young lady.
Okay.
All right. I say,
Well, sleep well. We got some work ahead of us.
and I take my melatonin pill, and I set my alarm for 6:30 in the morning. Oh wait, that's real life, Jane.
Azanar grabs a bed with you guys somewhere in the room. Not with.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
whoa.
He grabs one of the
Roll
beds
off the
in
seat or something.
He is
You.
He's in the bed with Sai.
You.
I thought you meant with me because you like made eye contact with you and you said it, and I was like, dude, he misread that.
Oh,
You-
no, no.
Can you read? Can you roll for a big spoon or a little spoon?
Both? You guys are like rotating every like.
Oh,
30
you're
seconds.
switching. That's so cute.
It's really awkward for people to watch. But
We're just constantly like rolling in circles.
So with all that,
big spoon.
I'm gonna wait as long as I can until I see Sai actually trancing.
okay.
I'm gonna walk up behind him and go, the next time you stab Wick, there will be consequences. And I'm gonna go back to bed.
I don't even know if I wake up.
I don't know if he I actually don't know the specifics of trancing.
It's basically sleep.
Yeah.
It's,
So he might
dead to the world.
subconsciously.
He might have
Let's
subconsciously.
rephrase that.
His
I'm gonna
dreams change.
Poke him with the dagger,
Oh, you get
Alright,
woken
so
up.
you woke up. You wake up to a little poke in your back.
and then I'm gonna. Jesus Christ!
Crazy.
Alright.
It's a thing.
It's been a game.
Go home, DM. You're drunk.
That's it.
Oh, we're gonna end it there.
It's like almost 10:30.
I don't get a response to that.
You can.
Yeah. You get it. You feel the dagger and kind of.
Can you hear that?
Well, man, if you're gonna flip out every time an accident happens, you might be the next one with the accident. If you think I'm gonna take threats from you, you're wrong.
We'll see where this goes.
Gonna go back to trance.
Alright.
That's a night.
That's it. That's a great place to end.
That's a night. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week. 10-second sign-offs.
Ryan, I don't have any social media still. Thanks for watching.
Jane Cellador 10 on Twitter, and please follow us on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. On Discord. Oh, if you haven't seen on Facebook and Twitter, we just got our first fan art, which is awesome.
Actually, super cool.
Yeah,
It's
sweet.
super
Really
rad.
cool.
It's this moment between Valtar and Wick. It's super rad. It's on both our Facebook and our Twitter, so please go check it out. It's
And
by
check out Kawaii Rookie on Tumblr,
Yeah,
who does amazing art. I was
a
looking
lot of
through their
D&D
page.
fan art and commissions. So cool. So check that out.
What's it again?
Kawaii Rookie.
Rookie. Okay.
And
Cool.
both the Twitter and the Facebook have a link to their Tumblr, so you can go check it out because
And
they're amazing.
Feel free to send us more.
I think
Yes.
actually,
Any
if,
of you.
if someone's interested, Sai does need a picture of him.
You could design Psy.
You could actually be very influential in the very beginning stages of Sai.
The visual.
A couple notes about me. I'm a huge pansy, and yeah, that's
I
about
think if
it.
they've watched, they know.
Like a
Anyways,
flower?
It's very obvious.
I'm Hyatt. It's Teddy on Twitter. Yeah, check out our Facebook and stuff. That's it for me.
I'm Blurry Phoenix. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all under the same name. That's about it. Everything else has been covered.
Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch /Geoswarp, GEOSWARP. I do a lot of stuff on my own, but thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you guys next time, and if you have any suggestions or think of people who want to maybe guest host at some point, let us know on our Discord.
In Minnesota. That's important.
Unless you're willing to pay for them to come here.
Or via Discord.
Or if you're a big streamer and you want to come join us, we can telecommute you in here. So
Yes.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Oh.